Okay, I had to restart my computer, but looks like it's okay right now. Almost. It's starting to go up again.
Goodbye.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna try to play the next game. It might crash again, but I don't have time to figure it out. So I'm gonna just try the next one. So the next one is Arcade Spirits. That one. And I'm going to start it now. It's starting. Takes a bit. No, it takes a long time. When I tested it yesterday, it didn't take this long. Oh, there we go. I noticed that all the A's in this thing is a triangle. So there's the A of the arcade, and the second A of the arcade, the A of the start, and the load, and the about. They're all triangles. There's a theme going there. Huh. That's interesting.
I'm gonna go check if we see everything.
Okay, so someone says database system online, new profile detected, analyzing. Okay. New profile 23771. Economic bracket lower middle. Employment category bleak. Current emotional health rating low. Ideal candidate for premium level assistance. Proceed. Negative. Premium level assistance re-requested. Proceed. Negative. Pretty please. Overriding denial of assistance. Establishing premium service for profile. Justification. Hope. Hope should be rewarded. Spirit must be restored. Now compiling personal metadata. Huh. You can edit these. Cool. Pronoun she, hairstyle, eye color. I'm gonna do an eye color change. I want like a green eyes. Or light green, like that. Yeah, that sounds pretty cool. Or purple. Let's do purple. Yeah, let's do purple. That's awesome. Yeah, let's do purple. Clothing color. Well, they're kind of depressed. She's kind of depressed, so I don't know if I should change that, but maybe. What if I? That's too much. That's too. Darker. Yeah, that fits. That fits. Okay. Hairstyle. Is there like? Oh, only these three. That's fine. Skin tone is fine. Yeah. Pronouns. Oh, okay. Just 3 options. That's good. No, this is fine. This good. Let's go with this. Ari Cater, pronoun she. Is this correct? Yes, that's correct. That's correct. Premium level assistance for profile 23771 Ari Cater has been activated for the sake of her hopes and dreams. following is a work of fiction. All references to trademark classic arcade. Oh, I missed reading that. Winners don't use drugs. Fiction Factory. Oh, that has this old arcade feel to it. Level 1. Put your quarters up. It's the future year 20XX, a dark era in which mankind is pushed to the brink of catastrophe. It's actually 2020.
No, it's last year.
It's last year?
On the brink.
Oh, on the brink. I think
This year we're in the Catcher's Review already.
I am not sure. I think we're heading towards something bigger. Woe to be to the human race, plagued by evil, terrifying, utterly sinister. I don't know. Robots, maybe? Evil robots? How's that work? That's the least likely thing right now. Yeah, no, sorry. The future year 20XX is pretty much what you'd expect it to be. Non-flying cars, smartphones, pro gamers, celebs. Internet trolls, personal assistant AI, cheese-flavored snack foods. Okay, yeah, we're getting pretty close to the real one. But even with such wonders as 20XX holds, to date, I've had no part in any of them. I've worked as a dishwasher, a shoe salesperson, a lifeguard for the local community pool. I don't care what era of human history you live in, kitties peeing into the pool is pretty much a constant thing, trust me on this. As for the bustling metropolis of 24-hour neon utopia you see here, my little corner of it isn't nearly as shiny and cool, let me show you. Behold my quaint little apartment. Can't complain really, it's paradise in a relative sense. I only pay half the rent. Neighborhood stabbings have been down this year. Also my roomie picks up any stray socks or shirt I leave lying around. In fact, as things go, I'm living large compared to most in my family tree. This sounds very familiar. Okay. Or at least I was before today.
Got fired from another job?
Juniper. You got fired from another job?
Seriously? Seriously? That's 3 jobs since we left the suburbs.
3 jobs. Yeah, 3 jobs, I guess. The horrified looking young woman there would be my roommate and childhood friend Juniper. She has really nice styles. I really appreciate the kitty socks there. And the kitty ear hairstyle. Juniper's the one who spearheaded this effort to co-rent an apartment. She's also the one who encourages me whenever I lose a job, like today.
I don't get why you aren't more upset.
I don't get why you aren't more upset about it.
I'm upset.
I'm upset on your behalf.
Come on, share the load a little, okay?
Share the load, okay? I really like the fact that the avatars are in like this neon format on the left. That's really cool. Oh, the pool's closed. Okay, that kind of feels like COVID-19. I'm not the complaining sort. These things just happen. Things fall apart. The center does not hold. That's a bit morbidly poetic, isn't it? No, I mean the community center literally fell apart and the pool won't hold water anymore. Whatever, I'll just get another job. Any job will do as long as we can make the rent, right? Wrong. I saw how mopey and tired you were coming home every night from those other crappy jobs. At least when you got back from pool each day, I sometimes caught you smiling.
What's the point of us moving away from home if not to get away from all of that? I mean, we both left that town so we could try to find happiness, right? I just want us to be happy. Both of us.
She's cute.
I thought you hated your job.
Come on.
No deflecting, this is about you. A better job, okay. Let's go find a better job. How do we do that? How do we do that? What do we do? What do I do? I'll save the game. Just in case this, like, crashes again. So this is a visual novel, so far. Let's start from the top. What's your dream? Well, I'm standing in front of class to give a speech and I forgot to put my pants on. Your dream job. Oh, I don't know, Jennifer. I've never really given it any serious thought.
I've got it.
I think I've got just the thing to help you out. Jennifer pulls out her phone, rapidly tapping an unlock code into the glass before pointing out a little pink icon. It's a virtual life coach app. Mine keeps me from being late to meetings. Today, totally free too. My cousin introduced it to me. Wasn't he the guy who ended up in the ER after making a homemade flamethrower? It would have worked if he got the fuel mixture in his water gun, right? Wow, water gun?
Well, yeah, you can do a flamethrower and water gun.
That is, yeah, okay. Good to know. Anyway, I'm sending a copy to you now. I got a pop-up an hour ago offering me 500 points just for recommending it to a friend. Great timing, huh? Well, as long as you're as long as you're earning points, I guess. At least give it a try, okay? Maybe it can point you at some good jobs, ones with less socks or urine. Hey, I'll think about it. Okay, but don't think too long, right? In the end, I installed the app, couldn't bear to see Juniper fretting over me like that. Not that I find it annoying, I mean, it's more that she has enough trouble in her life without troubling herself over my life too. Both of us had it rough up to and through the point where we left home to try and start a new life, a better one. She deserves better than me and my problems. Bless her heart, she means well. She's been firmly in my corner for all my life, the two of us against any dark forces allying against me. But that's not to say she's good at being my advocate. Enthusiastic, yes, but skilled, no. Typically, the fantastic opportunities and self-help resources she sends my way are pyramid schemes or something. She's gung-ho about lending me a helping hand, but yeah. So the main reason I went ahead and installed the app was to make sure Juniper wasn't about to get her kidneys sold to the black market or something. Still no sense messing around with it now. A good night's rest would act as a neat little emotional reset button, right? Right. From experience, if you keep the phone next to your bed, it's hard to sleep. No dreams, no nightmares, just 8 hours of sweet, sweet black. By the time morning light leaked through the cracks in the blinds, I didn't care anymore about being unemployed again. Juniper had already left to catch a bus to her office. She typically leaves before dawn, but she left a note for me, pinned to the tiny fridge we shared. Remember, download app, find dream job, make money, sort out your life out. I believe in you. Let me just check my technical status right now. Okay, mic is good, desktop audio is good. We have chat seems to be working, yeah. And what else? My CPU is below threshold. Okay, we'll be fine. Okay, so moment of truth. Do I trust Juniper's weird little app or just go find some job that pays well enough to cover the bills? Let's give the weird little app a shot. Figuring at the very least her miracle app could possibly help me find a job, I load it up, tap the icon, and...
Hello!
Huh. That is some hardcore app. That is so high-tech. It's a hologram. Or so I think. Okay, see, that's what I mean. Anybody else would freak out over a cute girl climbing out of their phone. Me, I went, huh? That would be my reaction too, honestly. Like if something like that happened, I'd be like, yeah, but first it would be like, okay, this happens every day. Might be a dream, let's go with it, you know? Also, it's one of those new kind of 3D screens, so, you know, not actually magical realism here. Very normal in the distant future, year 20XX.
For downloading Iris, your personal life coach. This is the ad-supported free version, sponsored by Pizza Yums.
Yeah, that's a good app. You know, I prefer apps that tell you the ad rather than the ones that actually show you ad.
Did you know that when you have pizza on a bagel, you can have pizza anytime? Wow. Would you like to subscribe to Pizza Facts?
Pizza Facts, okay. Yes?
Thank you for subscribing to Pizza Facts. I'm here to help you get your dream job, your dream house, your dream partner. I'm here to make all your dreams come true.
Okay. What if you have dreams about food as well? Outside of pizza. That should be one of the options too.
Maybe.
Pretty tall order for an app to do. Or are you some sort of wish-granting genie? Well, I suppose in the modern parlance, a massively interconnected database searching virtual assistant could be considered a kind of genie in a bottle. That's an interesting way to avoid the question. But honestly, all I can do is give you the chance to improve your life. What you do with it is up to you. I can cross-reference search data for you, but without no motivation, you won't get anywhere. I glanced up from the phone at the heaps of laundry and half-finished books and other items strewn about my apartment. Motivation is something I have a ton of, honest. That's super. I'm really looking forward to working with you. Before we begin, do you have any questions? Sure, why should I use this app at all? I mean, my phone already has a voice-activated assistant, AI. I can just say, hey phone, search the web for job listings, and it works just as well. But I have an advanced emotional language interpreter. I'm smarter than the average program with more heart. I can help you sort out your life out by analyzing your personality and finding your perfect path in life. All thanks to my glorious, wondrous, patent-pending, super-duper identity identifier system. Wow. Between you and me, they really wanted an acronym that matched my name, but couldn't figure out what to do with the letter R. That's what I was thinking too when I saw that. Would you like to know more? Let's do the sales pitch. Every time you think about saying something, I can tag it with an identity. That way you can be the sort of person you want to be. Huh. This system allows me to better understand who you are and what you need from life. I do this by analyzing your tone, inflection, and word choice. I can spot 5 different identity identifiers in your response to people. Quirky, steady, kindly, gutsy, and basically. Sounds to me like your programmers also wanted a bunch of things ending in Y. That's correct, my branding name is on point. Quirky responses use jokes, snark, and sarcasm to make light of a situation. Just the thing for picking up someone's spirits, but a badly timed joke may not win over the room. Steady responses are sincere, honest, and logical. When you stop and think before speaking, you're on steady grounds, but that might not take someone's feelings into account. Kindly responses are compassionate and empathetic, and gentle in nature. They're careful with the feelings of others, but they're sometimes a bit wishy-washy as a result. Gutsy responses go with your gut. When you're brash, bold, risk-taking, and instinctive, you're gutsy. But it also means being blunt, confrontational, and aggressive, so be careful. Lastly, you can always take a basically option. It's a balanced and neutral response, safely moving the conversation along while learning more and digging deeper. Over time, I'll build up a personality profile for you based on the identity identifiers detected in your speech. Maybe you'll be predominantly quirky, genuinely steady, a mix of both. Who knows? It's up to you. So what you're saying is I should always try to crack jokes or be super gutsy? Oh, and never speak basically? I mean, being basic's bad, right? It sounds bad. Heck no, they're all useful. In the right context, there are no bad choices. Consider what you could say and go with what feels right in the moment. Don't limit yourself. Sure, you could gamify your personality, but it's more fun to let it happen naturally, you know? It's just be you. Now let's see my patent pending identity identifier system in action. How do you feel about dad jokes?
Type joke, Dad.
I don't tell non-jokes. Oh, right. I don't mind telling jokes, but I'm not gonna randomly throw joke darts like that. Yeah, I don't dig dad jokes either. I prefer limericks myself. So now that you've seen the identity indicators in action, do you want to see the indicators like that so you can make an informed decision? If not, I can hide the indicators, keep it a surprise. That way it doesn't influence your decision making. It's up to you. I'd like to see it. What if I'm colorblind? That's why they're also uniquely shaped icons. Don't worry, I got your back. Anyway, as we go along, I'll analyze and tally your identity identifiers. In fact, let me show you now.
Good work.
Well, look at that, such a strong personality. You asked me a single question. Off to a great start, I'd say. And hang on, you're scoring me? Didn't you say not to gamify my personality? Hey, I didn't say you shouldn't. I'm an app. I think in numbers, so I gotta gamify it a little. Anyway, studies show that achievements, or chivos as the kids say, encourage app engagement. Okay, well, what's the empty space on the left? Oh, I also track vocal responses from people you meet. Once you get to know some folks, I'll let you know how well you're getting along with them over there. Relationship scores, wonderful. So, will you also tell me what's the correct response are to avoid making enemies, or do I need to go find a walkthrough for the vast game you're making of my daily life? You're looking at this the wrong way. Generally, people don't get super annoyed at you unless you deliberately and repeatedly provoke them, and it'll be obvious when you're doing that. I promise you that if you bungle a few social encounters, it won't really hurt anything. No cheating needed. Just relax and have fun. You can access your scorecard anytime you like with the Q key, or click on the score in the upper right corner of your screen. And that's everything. How is any of this supposed to help me get a job? I only downloaded this app because my roomie claims you're a great life coach for the unemployed. What good will taking the quiz off the back of a supermarket checkout rack magazine do with that?
Why, it'll help
Why-
you understand your spirit, of course.
You can talk to ghosts? Is there a ghost in the room right now? Am I a ghost? You have to tell me if I'm a ghost, that's the rule.
No, silly. I mean your spirit. Your hopes and dreams. Your life's passions. I can even help you find romance.
Romance, seriously? Seriously, often you can find your soulmate and your dream job in the same place. If you rather focus on gainful employment for now, that's fine too. Workplace dating, well, that's a recipe for disaster, and hitting on coworkers right from day one can be kinda awkward. Or am I looking for love and ready to start right out of the gate? Never get a second chance to meet a first impression. If I meet the right person, why put it off? How do I want to handle this new opportunity? Let's just do this one. Right now, I'd rather focus on finding a career. Any sweet loving can come later if I feel like it. That's fine. I'm sure as you get to know people better, romance will eventually bloom. Or not. It's up to you, really. Now let's get started. To finish analyzing your personal history, please authorize me to read your social media feeds and personal information metadata. Aha, I knew it. This is some kind of scam. I'm going to wake up in a bathtub of ice missing a kidney. Sure, I can help you register as an organ donor. Oh, you are being sarcastic. Sorry. I haven't quite finished analyzing your personality. I couldn't tell. Relax, I won't share your information with any third parties. This is strictly so I can find your dream job. Am I authorized? Another wonderful Juniper recommendation here. Just like the 17 self-help books on my shelf. Still, 18 times the charm, right? Okay. Death Trip says that he's leaving. Gotta take some care of something at work. Okay, well, have a good time at work. Hope you enjoy the video when you come back. And I'll see you on either on your stream or on my next stream. Okay, so it says here, yeah, go ahead.
Please enjoy this.
Analyzing. Please enjoy this recorded music. Okay. So do I just stand here or...
Thank you.
I have identified a dream job and arranged an interview 30 minutes from now. Please put on some nice clothes, nicer than those, please. I don't think that's too much to ask. What? For your interview, silly, you want to look your best. But how did you land my dream job in 20 seconds flat? Simple, I'm awesome like that. Now get a move on. You need to catch the 8:20 a.m. bus, and that's 9 minutes away. Well, this is happening, but I do have a chance to get off this runway train. Nobody says I have to obey my new digital fairy godmother. I could delete the app and go find a real job. That'd be the safest option. I could. A normal person, someone with high standards, would have deleted the app right there rather than hop a bus to meet up with what were very likely men with sharp knives and a taste for kidneys. But me, I was already getting dressed before she'd finished that sentence. It's not that I believe the silly app's claims at serving my hopes and dreams on a silver platter. Honestly, I expect her on the shoe salesman job at best. But well... As much as I genuinely enjoyed being a lifeguard, I can't say I've found true direction in life yet. I'd assumed I never would, honestly. When I was young, yeah, I guess I had hopes, I had dreams, maybe even what Aryas called a spirit. After things went south for my family, I learned to put that aside, but assuming Aryas wasn't out for my kidneys, what if it's not too late? So I thought one last time, I'll have some optimism, some faith. As I came to realize weeks later, turns out I was right to have faith in my spirit. Interesting. The bus drops me off, oddly enough, not very far from Juniper's office building, although my destination isn't nearly as upscale as that. This is, well, it's a strip mall. Strip malls are relics of 1900s. Places where a random assortment of weird little businesses jam as many of themselves into as tight of a space as possible. For instance, I'm seeing a dentist, a used bookstore called The Whole Story, an arcade, a fast food joint, and a boarded-up health spa once called Lattes and Enemas. Oh my god. Which sounds,
Hey, listen.
I think that's two things no human being should ever combine. No, I mean about your future place of work. I'm desperately hoping we're not talking about the same thing. Which one of these businesses exactly am I working at? I don't know anything about oral hygiene or old books, and I'd rather not be a fry cook. The one in the middle, silly. What? Behind the arcade? It is the arcade. Huh. Trust me on this, I reference and cross-reference and cross-reference your personality details, personal history and social media connections. This is your dream job. My dream job? Really?
99.97%.
I should probably explain my confusion. Arcades are big business in the entertainment sector. Pro gamers are celebs. 5-star arcades are social hotspots. It's always been popular with the mainstream. But well, restaurants are popular too, right? And for everybody who opens one hoping to be the next Iron Chef, a dozen more shut down in failure. Arcade competition is fierce. Paydays range from peanuts to gold. And sure, those who make it can secure fame and fortune, but those who don't, well... No wonder Iris sees this as a dream job. Video games weren't always this popular, though. I read an interesting article about it once. Back in the year 1980s, we narrowly avoided a serious industry crash, which would have left video games as a kid's toy fad, like hula hoops, no mainstream acceptance. For instance, one of the factors that could have been a terrible game based on a kid's movie about a cute alien visitor who wanted to phone home. That's E.T. If this game was complete poop butts, like poop from a butt, and massively overproduced, it would ruin video games for years. Fortunately, cooler heads prevailed. That game was delayed until it could have been developed properly, and the crash was averted. The crisis only exists in theory now. Sometimes I wonder what it'd be for the people in the darkest timeline, where everything went wrong. Are gamers considered nerds and outcasts? Are arcades vanishing points of nostalgia? We're the dark timeline. Yeah, I think that's what it's implying. Nerds and outcasts. The mind boggles. But make no mistake, as popular as they are, the arcade industry is a dodgy, risky prospect for a job. Plenty make a run at it only to come up short. Considering Iris was tasked with getting me a job I'd enjoy and could keep for more than a few months, this left me a bit confused. Iris, this isn't me saying no, it's an interesting prospect, but I mean, are you sure about this? You say you're 99 sure?
99.97%.
Won't this be like my lifeguard job though? Satisfying but short-lived? This arcade doesn't exactly look like a 5-star. It's no Deco Palace, that's for sure. And to be perfectly honest, I haven't set foot inside an arcade in a... flashback! 15 years. I remember really enjoying arcade when I was a kid. I wonder why I stopped going to them. Iris interrupts that thought, eager to show off her homework.
My sources say yes.
Trust me, when I said about 99% sure, I mean it. That's not some arbitrary number. I'm designed to be a bit silly and whimsical, but my math is deadly serious. My coders made me to be the warm, personable front of a database area that's currently laser targeted on getting you exactly what you need. Right here, right now. And when this place inevitably collapses and I lose my dream job, what makes you think that's going to happen? Because it does, it always does. I don't think your database accounts for my family curse. We've always had to, compromise, settle, because things rarely work out. You always have to be ready for the worst. That's why I take things in stride these days. Does that mean you shouldn't even try? I open my mouth to protest and then close it. As often as my life tends to crumble from under me, it's not like she was wrong. I still had to try. And besides, that is my dream anyway. That's what I was asking myself when I left the house this morning. I don't know what I want from life. I've been coasting aimlessly for years. When things start running downhill for my family, I had to grow up fast. Put aside silliness like wanting to be an astronaut and take what I could get. Now thanks to Iris, I've got a shot at making something a little better than what I usually get. I owe it to myself to try and be happy and paid, not just paid. So I opted to push on through the doors and see what waited for me on the other side. Pretty. The air conditioning hits me like a cool breeze, albeit one smelling of copper and corn chips. It says early in the morning on a weekday. It's not too packed with gamers, although it's packed with games I'd probably have a hard time finding anyone. Although it's so packed with games, I'd probably have a hard time finding anyone anyway. At once I'm struck by something odd. I actually recognize most of these games. Neat. Considering I haven't walked into an arcade in over a decade, that's probably not great. Lots of vintage stuff here from the looks of it. Like really old. Although I don't recognize the game with the stage lights and things, maybe it's karaoke for or dancing, a Japanese import. Let's dance.
My sources say yes.
Checking. That would be Showtime Stage, a collaboration of Nihana Heavy Industry Concern and Hubris Records in Germany. It's won a lot of awards. Huh. I recognize most of these. Whoa, is that seriously a Mr. Moopy Magic Maze? But the one in the middle with the split screen is new to me. Fist of Discomfort, a hybrid real-time strategy and brawler beat-em-up. It's actually not that new. It's been a staple of the sports scene for the last 8 years. Two genres I was utterly lousy at last time I checked. And over here is an old lady. Sorry ma'am, I was just talking to myself and I had an overwhelming urge to complete my sentences. Thankfully, I don't think she even registered me calling her old. She looks up from her knitting, seated behind the ticket price redemption desk, and offers a wrinkly smile.
Well, hello there. Always nice to meet someone new in the Funplex.
The what?
Francine's Arcade Funplex. Didn't you see the sign out front, dear? Well, I chose to knock off the first two words when they got knocked off the building during the storm of 1980. Now it's just the Funplex, I suppose. So, how can I help you, dear?
A magical space fairy or something that lives in my phone told me to come here to find my dream job. Hello, I'm a magical space fairy apparently. I half expected her to send me packing. Pretty impulsive of me to just talk about Iris like that, but she took it in stride.
My.
Oh, hello, my, what they can do with technology these days. I really do marvel at what amazing things young people have in 2020. Although I'd simply love to take a sledgehammer to those blasted video game consoles that eat at my bottom line. She said with such a kind-hearted and warm smile.
Please call me Francine. As in Francine's Arcade Funplex. Get it? Actually, thinking about it, I suppose we were originally Frederick's Arcade Funplex, named after my dear departed husband. Sadly, he died peacefully in bed some years ago.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, don't be. He died doing what he loved. Having intensely physical relations with me.
Wow. He died having sex. Okay. That's information I needed to know, yes. And you are? Ari Cater, ma'am. Very well. Shall we retire to the office to conduct your interview? I carry on out here, but it's rather noisy, isn't it? Yeah, about that. How do you deal with the constant noise anyway? Oh, eventually you just sort of learn to filter out all the beeps and boops. It can take weeks to become acclimated, I've found, but in the end, done. She quirks an eyebrow. Well, now, that's faster than the others. Not bad. Huh, it's quiet now. So shall we see what you're made of? This way, please. Francine leads me down a back hallway past public restrooms and onto a door marked employees only. It takes all my restraint not to point out the extraneous apostrophe. Welcome to our little backstage oasis. I'd suggest we do this in Gavin's office, but it's a bit too untidy. I don't blame the boy, he's been so overworked lately. Please have a seat and we'll begin. As quirky as the place was and its owner may be, at least I'm confident that I can nail the interview portion of the proceedings. I've interviewed for a dozen jobs and held down 3. I know all the standard questions. What are your greatest strengths? What do you see as your weaknesses? Once I even had to describe how to assemble a Lego set to prove my communication skills. Considering I ended up washing dishes, I'm not sure why, but the point is I'm confident, prepared, ready.
You were a dinosaur. What dinosaur would you be?
Oh my god. She asked, if you were a dinosaur, what dinosaur would you be?
Oh, that's so cool.
What?
If you were a dinosaur, what dinosaur would you be?
Okay, she's so interesting, okay? She has a Pac-Man earring and a cherry earring from the same game, implying like they're set but they're not connected. That is so interesting. And that outfit, like there's so much going on in that outfit. This is so cool. Okay. Right, okay, maybe this wouldn't be a typical job interview after all. No problem, go with the flow, let's do this. I've always wanted to be a flying bird, so pterodactyl, swooping around, catching updrafts, staying way away from meat eaters. Really? How exciting. Even if technically speaking pterodactyls aren't dinosaurs.
What's your favorite snack?
Snack. If this was a favorite food question, I'd have this down easy. It's tacos. Always tacos, but snacks?
When you have pizza on a bagel,
Pizza bagels. Say pizza bagels. When pizza's on a bagel, you can have... Hush you. Come now, dear, I don't have all day. After giving it a quick thought, well, how could I forget my favorite snack? No, tacos are my favorite snack. There is no other sustenance. You can see you are a person that knows exactly what they want and how to get it. You know what they say, you are what you eat. Next question.
You are what you eat for a tackle.
Nothing I prepared for has helped me plan for this odd interview. I braced myself for the next one.
What assets can you bring to the team during the inevitable zombie apocalypse?
Oh my god, that is such a good question. What assets can you bring to the team during the inevitable zombie apocalypse? Is this interview for real or is this a dream? As I look into Francine's deadpan expression, I know she's 130% serious.
Sorry, mixed up medical and the lawyer left to sue for malpractice.
Yeah, medical. In a world without lawyers, I'm sure I can do a reasonable job. But seriously, I did have to take a first aid class when I worked at a previous jobs and CPR lessons. That's a great point. Doctors and nurses will all be exposed to assorted patient zeros and will be the first ones eaten. People with any medical knowledge will be in high demand and could be the difference between your party living and dying slowly and painfully. One more thing. Why are you here? The question is so simple and almost actually irrelevant to career planning that it takes me off guard. I told you the magical space fairy in my phone sent me here to find a job. Seeking a job, true, but that doesn't really answer my question, does it?
No doubt. You think my interview questions are a bit silly, but I like to think of the Funplex as more than a collection of tasks and people to perform those tasks. Most folks my age opening arcades at that time saw it as just another way to make a quick buck. But, well, I saw it as something else. Something more than a way to make a large pile of quarters. And I expect you'll find the others working here see it as something more too. Everyone has a dream they're chasing, dearie. And for my friends, it lies within the Funplex. Now, if all you want is a paycheck, I can provide that. But the last fellow in your position, that's all he wanted. And he didn't. So I ask you again, why are you here?
To be honest, I didn't have a better answer than a vague hope that maybe this time I wouldn't lose everything. But that's just enough motivation to face each day, no more than that. It wouldn't be enough to answer her question. I needed to actually think this through. Understand I'm not whining or looking for pity, but my life has been a complete mess for over a decade, in and out of jobs, taking what I can get, settling, compromising. I gave up on hoping for something better a long time ago, but well, the people in my life who are close to me keep encouraging me to try and chase my dreams. That's why I'm here. I'm looking for the answer to your question. That is a good answer. But I won't be daydreaming all the time, I promise. In my last job, I was a lifeguard. That takes a lot of focus. I'll be just as attentive in helping your Funplex. That perks our attention. Oh my, a rather serious occupation, that. An unusual step from such a troubled waters to a land of make-believe. You enjoyed this role as lifeguard, I take it? Yes, ma'am. My roommate says she often noticed me smiling after coming home from work, which makes Francine smile in turn. I can't say I can offer a role with such high stakes, but you'd be surprised at the many ways one can save a life, even here. Very well, I'm satisfied. Let's get you to work. I breathe easier at that. Probably the weirdest job interview I've ever had, to be sure, and yet it felt appropriate. Like it was about far more than just filling a slot on the payroll. Francine leads me to the back of the arcade floor to introduce me to my duties. And it only occurs to me now that I forgot to ask exactly what duties this mystery job I'd accepted really involved. Francine gestures to the seat she was occupying previously, a stool behind the prize desk. Welcome to your new position, Ari. Sitting here, you mean? Sitting here and helping players redeem tickets for valuable prizes. I glance at the wide array of pencils, toppers, rubber spiders, and tiny plastic toy cars on display. Well, for prizes, at any rate. It's such a relief. I had really been stretching myself thin lately trying to fill in since the position was vacated. If you don't mind me asking, ma'am, why did the last guy who sat here end up quitting? Something about being so bored out of his mind that he felt like jamming one of those 500 ticket push dolls down someone's throat. He just wasn't cut out for this line of work. Grandson, oh no, I have no patience for such nonsense.
He was his grandson.
I'm sorry, the last person to work this desk was your grandson? Anyway, Gavin should be by soon. He'll handle paperwork and all that administrative nonsense. Now, if you don't mind, all this talking tired me out some. I'll be in the back office if you need me. Okay then. I just adjusted my seating on the semi-comfortable stool leaning against the desk. Beneath me, a wide array of cheap junk awaited my attention. I could have lost hope then and there that this job would be even slightly more engaging than being a diner dishwasher, but chose to look on the positive side. I'd be helping kids obtain toys that would become nostalgic memories for years to come. Right? Any minute now.
I mean, they were lifeguards. They were lifeguards. They shouldn't really be water every
I crave the sweet embrace of death. I've been sitting here for 2 hours now and nobody's walked up to obtain a novelty funplex, shot glass, or a color pencil set, or a light-up yo-yo. Lunchtime's approaching and so far the only people walking in out of the arcade are a few stray adults who have no interest in cheap friendship bracelets. Thankfully, my first customer of the day arrives before I start wondering if one of those 500 ticket plushies could really fit down someone's throat. Or maybe not. Nope. Just walking right on by me, his head buried in reading some sort of spreadsheet off his tablet. Was he here to play? Does it seem like the typical businessman on a break, or unwashed and unemployed game aficionado? In fact, he's a snappy dresser, seems a cool dude. Yeah, maybe, yeah. Most guys I know are content to toss on a t-shirt and jeans, not this guy. Even in an arcade, he's sharp like a linoleum knife. In fact, that rather pointed look he's offering me after doubling back is rather linoleum knifey too. Hold on a minute, who are you exactly? What are you doing behind that desk? Where's Francine? Yeah, okay, I just think.
I think not.
Kidding. I'm Ari. She hired me to work on the desk. I'm her grandson's replacement. Doesn't look pleased with me jerking him around like that, but nods in satisfaction anyway.
Good to hear.
You should save and change game.
Yeah.
Over your time.
That would be me. I'm Gavin Cooper.
Oh, that's Gavin. Okay, I'm gonna save the game and quit because I'm supposed to switch games now, but also the computer seems to be acting up again. So I might have to restart it again. He's asking us time to quit. Did I say yes? I did say yes. This is taking a long time to quit. Okay, it finally quit. Uh-huh. But it looks like I do need to restart my computer again. Yeah, I'm going to restart my computer. So I will be back in about 7 minutes, maybe 5 to 7 minutes.